be the cutest creatures in the whole entire world. Right now we're on camera, Peanut decides to lie down. So the urge to constantly shower your pooch with affection can be difficult to resist.
But cute puppy quirks can quickly develop into bad doggy habits. So our very own animal whisperer, Doggy Dan, Jack, where have you gone, is here with all you need to know about training those furry friends. But first, let's take a look at this.
I am a cabbage tree, a custard pirate lost at sea, a rainbow in a cemetery. You'll turn to stone if you look at me. I am a cup of teas to wake you up and bring you glee. A ship set sail at 3:10, but you lose your mind if you follow me.
So the main issues when you've got a puppy are toilet training, mouthing and chewing the furniture or other objects, biting your hands, and of course getting your dog happy with other dogs, dog socialization, and getting your dog happy with other people. So let's go and have a look at those issues with Pedro inside. So how's he going with his toilet training then?
It started off really well.
Yeah.
He sort of chose his own spot in the corner.
Good.
But then he ventured around and he left me little surprise packages behind pots and underneath the table and in the garage.
It's really up to the owner. You can't blame the dog for making a mistake. You know, same as you don't blame your baby for making a mess in its nappy or something when it's a baby. They go when they have to go. And it's usually when they're very small, within 30 seconds to 3 minutes of having a feed.
Yeah.
So switch on, give the dog the feed, and then take it over to the area and wait there whilst it's going, and just stand there quietly, occasionally saying, do wee-wee, do wee-wee, and then, good girl, good boy. Give a treat, pats, praise, and make sure they've actually finished before you give the praise, otherwise you start getting them to stop midstream. Another issue you mentioned is mouthing. So we need to be aware that as a little puppy, he does want to mouth, and he needs to mouth to learn how to have a soft, gentle jaw. We don't want him growing up never having mouthed anything ever. But the real key, when he does start mouthing, is just grab a little toy, something like this, and just pop it in his mouth. If he continues to really mouth hard and we're starting to get a bit stressed, you can just, as he gets older, start to move him away, make a little noise, go, ah, and walk off. He'll totally understand. And then at about 12 weeks old, you know, 8 to 12 weeks old, you can introduce him to lots of people. But when the people come in, the main thing is that they don't all rush up to the dog, you know. The dog has no idea what we are, that we're not actually dangerous. So when you're introducing people, ask them to ignore your little puppy. The main thing when it comes to introducing him to dogs is you should have had all his vaccinations. And then the second thing is obviously make sure that he's meeting nice dogs. But also it's really good for little dogs to meet big dogs, because then they don't start thinking big dogs are all aggressive. And same for big dogs to meet little dogs, you know. It's good for them to learn that little dogs aren't food. So I've got my dog here. I'll go and get Peanut, bring her in, and he can meet his first big dog.
It's gonna blow us apart, and we're standing on top of the black mark. It's a strange way for you to show me your heart.
Oh, he's lovely, isn't he? So what age should you get a puppy, Doggy Dan?
The earliest really you should get a puppy is 8 weeks. Earlier than that, and they're starting to really miss out on some of the really important messages that they receive from their mum. So anyone who's trying to push a puppy on you at 6, 7 weeks,
no, I got Jack at 8 weeks, and I mean, that's such an important segment, I think, out of all of the ones we've done so far, because so many people have dogs that misbehave and are wrecks, and they kind of go, what do I do? And I go, well, what did you do in the first 6 months? Because that's everything.
Yeah.
With the biting thing, you know, you talk about it mouthing.
Yes.
I was always taught that you should let a dog bite. And like, I always used to, when Jack used to do it, I used to have my thumb in his mouth, and if he bit too hard, I'd press down on his tongue.
Yeah.
With the idea being that if he ever gets hurt or anything like that, you want him to bite soft, not bite hard.
I mean, people call it bite inhibition. And you imagine a dog who has never ever bitten anything.
When it does bite,
it doesn't know how to. Yeah, exactly. So you want them to be mouthing things, but you know, up to sort of 4 months of age, they will kind of mouth you a little bit. And the whole point is not to overreact, but sort of wean them off it. And if they continue to do it too much, make a noise and walk away. So
you took Peanut in to meet Pedro.
Yes.
Obviously, 2 very different sized dogs.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, Peanut's a really good dog in terms of she's very tolerant of other dogs, so it's very easy to just let her go in there, and whatever the other dogs do, she won't react. But obviously other people, when they're introducing their puppy to other dogs, especially big dogs, you need to check that it is a friendly dog who's tolerant. And
why was it important for you to bring these two together?
Well, just so that we could see. One of the things that Steve was saying was he was saying that Pedro is a little bit over the top, almost Pedro.
As many small dogs can be, yeah?
And he was concerned that his dog is going to meet a big dog who's going to absolutely...
Right.
And so when Pedro did get over the top with Peanut did actually just let out a little...
Yeah, that's enough
as if
for
to
them
say,
to go.
that's enough, calm down. And again, it's then up to us as owners not to overreact. Because that's when we go, oh gosh, your dog growled. Yeah, and we pick the little dog up and...
It's just a lesson.
A growl is often a way of just saying, back off, that's enough.
It's part of that, you know, whatever that was, anthropomorphizing things. When we see dogs at play, we kind of go, if I was a human, you know, if that dog was human, that would be upsetting or angry. But you kind of go, look, they'll be fine. Just leave them to run around. And, you know, when they go, "Arr, arr, arr," and bite and snap, they're
Somebody once said to me, you know, we have discussions, we have heated debates, we have arguments, we get into a bit of, you know...
It's okay for our dogs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not actually having a fight.
No.
We're having a discussion and we're getting a bit heated, and dogs do the same. And you must let them have a little discussion and then watch, and if they move away, they've had the discussion, they've settled it. Stay calm. Don't pick your dog up straight away, let them discuss.